moving our spotlight to Pakistan, to what is dubbed as the Pakistani version of the January 6th riots on Capitol Hill. Ousted Prime Minister Imran Khan disbanded a protest march by supporters this morning after clashes with police outside Parliament the previous evening, but he warned that they would return unless an election was called within 6 days. A clear-cut ultimatum. So to make sense of it all, we're now very happy to be joined by diplomatic and political analyst Hassan Hashimi Pirzada, who woke up very early in Perth, Australia to clear the clutter for us. So thank you, Hassan, very much. We appreciate your efforts. And good morning. So let's begin with the latest. Phyllis in Khan saying that he was toppled by current Prime Minister Sharif as part of a U.S. conspiracy. What can you tell us?
Thanks for having me. So Imran Khan has built up a narrative that he was ousted by the U.S. conspiracy after the no confidence motion was tabled in the early March. So for the better part of the March, there was no conspiracy until the end of March, when he knows that the no confidence motions is going to succeed. Then he built up a narrative in one of the sittings which he held in Islamabad that there was a cipher. Basically, he started not with a cipher. He said there is a letter written by the U.S. government to me that they are going to topple me, which later gone to reveal that it was a cipher by our own ambassador Asad Majid in U.S. When he met Donald Lu, who is the Assistant Secretary for South and Central Asian Affairs. Mm-hmm. And it was just a meeting. U.S. expressed its grievances that Pakistan is siding with Russia against the Ukraine war. And this government, we can't able to run with that. And he just, that cipher, Khan used it very, very cleverly and built a whole narrative of conspiracy against him and make that this was the thing which has ousted him from the power.
Talk to us a bit more about Khan himself, a very colorful figure, and perhaps that's an understatement, the former cricket star turned politician. What's on his agenda?
So when he started, his agenda was against the corruption. So he started as a social worker, came into politics, started the Pakistan Justice Movement as that Pakistan Tehreek Insaf, and basically it was against the two ruling parties who were always taking powers, PML Nawaz and the Pakistan People's Party. And that's how he ran till 2010. He didn't get that much traction. But in 2011, there was a sitting in Lahore of his party, which was very massive, and that bring his party into mainstream. And since then, people from all other parties came to his party, brought by some factors who wanted a change in Pakistan, and that's how it grows. And he keep pushing on that narrative of corruption. But there are very serious allegations against his government after this, when they got out of power, that they were doing massive corruption as well, and the links goes back to his own family.
And Hassan, try to illustrate for us a bit about the overall political, or rather social climate in Pakistan. Is it like the two Americas, so to speak? What are the opposing sides stand for, really? The
party and the people who are with Khan, they don't want the old regime and old players to be in the power. They see Imran Khan as a new face. They see Imran Khan as a new hope, and that's why they want to side with him. The other party thinks that they are experienced and they can run the economy better than Imran Khan and his party. They say that they are inexperienced. But the situation which Pakistan has, it has very grave economic crisis happening at the moment. The reserves are depleting. Pakistan is looking towards IMF. Pakistan has just a few hours back has increased the price in petroleum prices in Pakistan, which they were doing the subsidy of around 100 billion and 120 billion Pakistani rupees every month, which Imran Khan left for them. So there are very grave concerns. So there are two parties. One party wants to have the economy revive, bring back Pakistan.
Make Pakistan great again.
make Pakistan great again.
So before we let you go, Hassan, so Khan is now demanding fresh elections to show he has national support, but more so warning the government that he will march on the capital again if it didn't meet the demands. Riots already raging. What's expected? What do you project?
In Pakistan, what you see on the face, that's not happening. There are always backdoor talks which is happening. There are always other stakeholders apart from the political parties which are involved. So people are looking towards those stakeholders, that how they will react, how much pressure they can take from Imran Khan to bring the other parties on the table and call for a fresh election. There were talks that the ruling party, PML Nawaz, they are going to dissolve the parliament on the 19th of June. We will see. That's the date which the vice chairman of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, Imran Khan, is giving just on the channels a few hours back. So we'll see if that is the date the parliament will dissolve. But looking at the actions which the current government is doing, they have just increased the price. They are doing the tough decision. And if they are doing the tough decision, we can hope that they wanted to stay in the longer power, because by doing these tough decisions, they don't want to go into the elections as soon as possible, because the reaction from the public will be huge with the raising inflation and raising cost of petroleum prices.
It's truly amazing to see how similar the political dynamics in different places around the world. Essentially the same story, just different languages, so to speak. Diplomatic and political analyst Hassan Hashimi Pirzada, again, straight from Perth, Australia. Thank you very much for waking up with us. Have a great day, sir. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.